Hello there, everyone, and welcome to our sort of final episode of Season 5 of Super Cast Brothers. I say almost final because, there is still the finale of Roster Redux to be released a week from now. But for our regular episodes here on Super Cast Brothers, this is it. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm lying to you. I forgot about the Smasher Dash Tournament of Champions as well. This is our penultimate final episode of season. Fuck. Our final Smashtopia of season. There we go. There's a true statement. My God, what the hell is wrong with me? That's tough. We don't have enough time to get into. Oh boy.
I wonder which our episode. If we had an opportunity to make an episode like that for you and an episode like that for me, which one would have the longer runtime? We will see.
Me. I would do you would do something that would troll me specifically. Like you would have us make a Smash Up move for Dr. Dolphin. It's some kind of bullshit that you would do. Me, however, I would make this multi-part, long-running series in one episode, and it would be like 10 hours. Oh wait, we've done that sort of.
Yeah, that's true. As our viewers have come to learn, as our listeners have come to learn with that the last Roster Redux game that came out. Tune in for the 11-hour special final episode.
One person is watching it.
Me too, and perhaps his mom as well.
Perhaps, but I doubt it.
Yes,
for sanity reasons, because you got to pray to watch that.
Eric's mom is going to be so much more educated on the very specific topic of characters who could get into Smash at the end of the 11-hour episode.
I don't know, man. There's still some of those characters I'm still not convinced, and they made it.
She definitely.
Yeah, all right. I outvoted here. I think you're both wrong, but whatever. We're moving on.
She definitely knows about Donbi and Hikari now, though.
Speaking of.
They beat out the Baby Bros in the Melee episode.
Asshole.
And she knows about Balloon Fighter and all the other guys. Classic Kong. It's definitely been a unique journey.
Yeah, that's a word for it.
I would say so.
Anyways... It's our last Smashtopia of the season, and as always, we instead of having weird characters that we're working on together, we have two different characters that fit a particular theme. And we've kind of had this set pegged for season 5 since the start of since season 3 planning. Pretty much, we decided we wanted to do this for season 5.
Yeah.
Last season, we did one of our Rate Their Chances characters was a new Mii Fighter. Just any kind of theme, just a new Mii Fighter in general. And while we don't think the odds of that happening are that great, or at least I really don't. I don't remember what you said. We thought for our next Smashtopia, we will both make our own pitches for new kinds of Mii Fighters that we would like to see in Smash. And we have, much like how the existing Mii Fighters of Sword Fighter, Brawler, and Gunner all have 3 unique custom moves for all 4 of their specials, we have done the same. So,
yeah.
Jonno, I'm going to let you explain your concept first.
Okay. Welcome back to the world of the Miis. You are me, and I am me. We're all me in this Mii-tastic place. The Mii Plaza, if you will. Within the Mii Plaza and the Smash Brothers world, there exist 3 different types of Mii Fighters, which we are now going to bring up to 5 today in this special Smashtopia presentation. For starters, I have a concept for a new Mii Fighter to present to you today, which speaks to my character and personal background in a wonderful way. I will share that the Mii Musician is a seasoned performer who has seen countless stages and battles They carry a deep sense of wisdom and experience. And like other fighters that we may have known throughout Nintendo's history, some of the Mii musicians are on the brink of retirement, yet remain heroes to their colonies. Their musical prowess inspires their allies and leads them to victory through and through.
The only reason I'm
So
going to give
yes.
that pass is because Mio is near retirement and she's a musician.
Yes, Mio is who I meant. It's a great character. It's Catcrow. Yeah, anyway, a master of melody, but also of the battlefield.
All right.
The Mii
And
musician.
And
Yeah.
we also we'll talk about it later, but we also have like different characters that we've picked out to be costumes for these Mii's, much like how what Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate did to sell more DLC. Let's be honest. Uh, but like
Yep.
the sword fighters always had like they had a sword or something that they could wield like a sword. The gunners all had a gun arm or something that could design to look like one, and the brawlers basically just had their fists. But what kind of weapon do you have the Mii musician using? And that would take on
Hmm.
a customized appearance for different Mii costumes.
Definitely. So the Mii musician will come. You and I, it's not much of a spoiler. This one, we're going to be doing 3 different move sets to represent all the different kinds of special moves you can put onto these Mii fighters. So I have some moves that are based on string instruments, guitars, ukuleles, etc., violins, harps. And then I have Mii moves that are based on drums and different percussive instruments. And then other moves that are based on wind instruments, woodwinds like a flute or brass, trombone, trumpet, tuba. So bringing that all back, I suppose that we will have Mii costumes that are using perhaps a guitar or a large flute or a tuba as a weapon.
I think there's a disconnect.
What do you think?
I'm saying like all Mii sword fighters, like for their normal attacks, you have a sword or something that works as a sword. The gunner has something that works as a gun arm. That's divided up for
Yeah.
different things. Like it could be Samus or it could be Megazord in one case with the briefcase. But what is like the
Hmm.
the thing that
Hmm.
the Mii musician is holding for like their normals?
Oh, so not just the costume
No,
person.
not it. Like it's like how like the sword changes for different Mii sword gunner
Hmm.
costumes. The gun arm changes for different Mii gunner costumes. It's like what is
Right.
like a conductor's baton, a
Yep.
microphone.
That's what I was thinking. Either a baton or a mic stand or with the mic.
Okay,
One of
okay.
those 2 things. Yep.
For me, for my Mii fighter, I'm going with a more basic idea. Uh, whenever I
Reflects the
see discussion,
personality.
wow. You want to say that to my Mega Man.exe moveset, bitch? You want to
Now I
go
want to say
there
it to your
to
Yugi.
my 80 fucking special moves in one character? You want to go, sir? I'll play the season 2 finale again where I revealed that character. I'll fucking do it. Of Circus and Claws, it's right there. You
Oh my,
did
yeah.
Randolph. I did fucking Mega Man.exe.
Also indicative
Don't
of who we
fight
are, I
me.
suppose. You know what? We're both burnt.
Please do not ever show abominations like that on the internet again.
So what do you got?
Whenever I typically see people discussing new Mii Fighter ideas, most of the discussion revolves around one concept. Somebody that uses magic. I
Hmm.
don't like that idea. Honestly, it's what I agree with. I think if we get a 4th Mii costume or Mii Fighter like character, I think a mage of some sort makes the most sense. So I decided to go with the Mii Spellcaster. Why that name over any other? I just think it fits in better. When you have a sword fighter, gunner, brawler, spellcaster just feels like it fits better than Mii Mage or Mii Magician or Mii Wizard. I don't know.
Magician.
Yep, definitely don't like that. You can have your musician though.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. But yeah, so for my Mii spellcast, it's spells. It's all about magic. When I was looking up what kind of moves I wanted them to have, I looked through a few different sources and just like wrote down some ideas. Like I looked at Final Fantasy spells, looked at Fire Emblem, Harry Potter. They're not really magic, but I looked at the Force from Star Wars, D&D spells. And I was like, okay, what are some of the ones that I like here the best? And then I gave them different names and tried to come up with smashed versions of them.
Oh
And
yeah.
then I was kind of trouble like what I wanted to like what their weapon would be because I was like, okay, a staff makes sense, a wizard staff or a wand. But then I was like, but some characters that normally use wands would be really weird holding their wand like a staff, or characters that use a staff would be really weird holding it like a wand. I don't know about that. So it sounds like, how about a spell book? That could work.
Yeah.
And they could, and if not every character uses a spell book, that they could have the spell book have symbology somehow related to their series. So, like Fire Emblem characters could have the spell book just look like one of the spell books from their games. Somebody like a Dragon Quest character, I don't know if they typically have spell books at all, but you could just put like I can't think of it, but like there's certain symbols from Dragon Quest. Like you can put a slime on the cover of the book, or it might be like I can't think of what it's called, but like the symbol that Luminary or not Luminary, but that hero has in Smash, like their series emblem for Dragon Quest, you could put that on the cover of the book.
Yeah.
Just do simple things like that. It's like, all right, that's
There you
that's a
go.
pretty neutral thing that maybe not all wizards need a book, but it's pretty easy to put things on a book and make it reflect that character.
Hmm. Cool. Good idea.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Now what?
now that we've established our characters, uh, this is going to be a longer one because we have triple the moves more or less. So we're just going to get into our entrance in Kirby Hat. What do you have for your Mii musician?
Ah, yes, indeed. So the entrance for the musician, uh, I have. They come walking in, but with a special musical accompaniment, like a flourish of a lovely violin or cello playing as they walk in. And there's music notes floating overhead as they walk. And at the end of the movement, they bow politely before being ready to battle.
Okay.
Yeah.
For my entrance animation, I have fairly simple. They're basically using some form like a warp or a teleport, as you see a burst of magical energy explode into the stage, which then reveals the Mii Spellcaster having freshly teleported onto the stage behind it, and they are holding a small spell book in their hands. Short,
Nice.
simple, to the point.
You're playing Metopia, streaming currently, like
Yeah.
not as when this episode comes out necessarily, but at the moment. Who's the Mii mage in their party?
Asa.
Nice.
We discussed a
Okay.
while back on one of their streams. So like, okay, what would they be like an RPG? So they're just like something destructive magic. It's like, all right, you're the mage then.
Yep. That tracks. That tracks. What's Trevor?
The cleric.
Oh, very good.
And
I feel
you're
like
the
he has
pop
a
star.
healing spell. Excellent.
No.
um,
Save our viewers' ears and mine.
Pour one out for Jigglypuff, everyone. Um, yeah, Kirby hats. Kirby. This can be workshopped if you had something different, but I went with what Smash is doing now, which is kind of stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
And funny. But Kirby wears a thin white bandana with the standard Mii musician's head stapled on in the middle.
Now I did tweak that slightly. I did make it a
Okay.
little bit better. Because yeah, you're right. In Smash proper, for all of the existing Mii Fighters, if Kirby takes their ability, he just gets a simple white headband with a picture of a default Mii's face. And I think that's dumb. So I said I took that concept and made it slightly better, and it'd be the face of the Mii he's copying is what's on the headband. So that if it's a Mii that looks like Baby Eric, then he gets Baby Eric's face on his head instead of just the default Mii. But yeah,
Okay,
that's what I did as well. And then I also wrote it down. It's like, oh yeah, and Kirby is holding onto a small spell book because he needs it to cast the spells.
okay. Kirby has the thing with the picture of the Mii that he copied, and he's holding a baton or mic.
Gonna have to pick one when you put this on Smashtopia.
Yeah, maybe this will all make sense after we go through it.
Fair.
Yep.
All right. Taunts. What are your taunts for your Mii musician?
I'm gonna give you all three.
Yes.
Okay, and I've designated them to up, side, and down already. The up taunt is the Mii musician plays a Wii melody on a string instrument. So there are a number of string instruments that they use when they're using string-based moves. Violin, a harp, a guitar, a acoustic or electric, or a piano. Maybe we'll leave the piano out of this because it'd be a bit unruly. But the other ones, yeah, they'll play a quick flourish of like the Wii Sports theme or the Wii Shop Channel theme. We play. There you go. For the side taunt, they'll play a classic Nintendo melody on a wind or brass instrument. So a flute, a ocarina, a trombone, a trumpet, things like that. A didgeridoo. They will, and then it's the Mario Overworld theme, or the Zelda Overworld theme, or Gourmet Race, or the Fire Emblem theme, something like that. And finally, further down taunt, they will use one of their percussive instruments. So a drum kit, or a djembe, or a set of bongos, or whatever. And they will play a classic sting on the instrument. A sting is the technical term, and I don't know why, for what you play after someone makes a joke.
Yeah, I was going to ask, I was like, what the fuck is a sting? So it's
I guess because it stings. Yeah, it's badumtis.
Okay.
They imagine you KO your foe and you're like,
there
you go. Badumtis, indeed. Those are my taunts.
All right. So for mine, for my up taunt, the Mii Spellcaster spellbook will float up out of their hands slightly as the pages flutter and arcane symbols start to float on the book. For the spellbook is just like, nah, I'm done with that. It just falls back to the Mii Spellcaster's hands.
Nice.
Like, oh god, too much power. Oh, no, it's done.
Yeah.
For the down taunt, the hat on top of the Mii Spellcaster's head will lift up slightly as a small bunny pokes its face out from under the hat before quickly disappearing back under the hat.
Nice.
Had to give a reference to, classic stage musicians.
Mm-hmm.
And then for my side taunt, the Mii Spellcaster will hold out an open palm as to create a small burst of electricity, which then turns into a small mote of flame before getting extinguished and transformed into a small crystal of ice, going through the 3 classical magical elements. And I'm doing that in a taunt because, spoiler alert, I avoided doing fire, blizzard, or thunder anywhere in my moves.
Okay.
Very intentionally, because Robin does it, Sora does it, I can do other things.
Even Mario and Luigi have Thunder Hand and Fire Hand.
Well, yes.
Not in Smash, but
Well, actually, their extra skills on Smashtopia are Fire Hand and Thunder Hand. So, Thunder Brand, I think it's technically called.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even know that when I said it, and you know that's true. Yep, that's great.
I made it like fucking 6, 7, 8 years ago. Oh god.
Oh, okay, cool. Very good. Very classic. Very classic magician. Yeah, good. Victory poses, onward and upwards into victory. My 3 for the Mii musician. Number 1, a crowd is cheering for them and they leap into the crowd. They can be seen bouncing up and down as they crowd surf from one side of the screen to the other, side to side. Number 2, they play one last triumphant bit on their instrument, so like just one final like big note. And again, that could be any number of instruments that are in the position. They throw their hands up in the air in victory afterwards. The spotlight's on them, confetti drops, there's rowdy applause. It's all a fun little scene on stage. And then lastly,
they kick over a flaming piano.
Yes. Actually, quite the opposite. The Mii musician performs a brief and elegant jingle and takes a bow. The stage curtains closing in front of them as the crowd politely applauds.
You know that image people like to use with the meme. It's like, okay, so we just need a simple song for this. The musician. It's a picture of the piano on beach and the piano's on fire. It's like you didn't have to go that hard.
Yeah, people often cite Jesus, forgetting his name. The Tarzan soundtrack.
Yeah.
Phil Collins. There we go. Yeah, that's funny. Okay.
For my victory poses. First off, the Mii spellcaster's eyes will glow with power as they study their spellbook before quickly firing off a bolt of flame to the side.
Nice.
The second one, the Mii spellcaster will summon a broomstick from off screen, which they will then mount and quickly fly off into the air with. I don't need to describe what my inspiration for that one was.
Do they say up?
No. There is no voice lines. Mii Fighters do not have voice lines.
That would be cursed if they did.
It would be. And for my last one, it's the return of the Mii spellcaster's bunny rabbit. Because you'll see the bunny sitting up of a stool as the Mii spellcaster is testing out some spells.
Gonna make it giant.
So first, what happens is the Mii spellcaster will be firing a series of spells causing different effects happen to the bunny. First, the bunny will become green. Mm-hmm. Then it will turn into a frog. Then it'll turn into a giant frog. And then it will go back to its normal bunny self.
What the hell?
My inspiration came from Ashley and how she always fucks up and has the giant plant. It's like, alright, so how can I make this be funny? Well, Final Fantasy lets you, the characters can be turned into frogs. So how can I get to frog? Bunny, green frog, giant frog, oh no, regular bunny.
I would love to see that in real life. Here. Yeah, I would love to see that happen. That's amazing. Just the vision I have of it is going to carry me on. Nice.
Yeah. Now that we've gone through all of those, it's time for our special moves. And since we have 3 of each, what we're going to do is Jonno's going to go through all 3 of his standard specials first. Then I'm going to do all 3 of mine, and then we'll go to side specials, up, and so on. And I don't know about you, Jonno, but I also put thought into thinking like, okay, what is the standard one? Like, what is the default option? Trying to create like, okay, the first default A moveset is somewhat relatively balanced. Sort of. That's what
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it's hard to really balance this kind of thing, anyway. So.
Yeah. My approach. I mean, yes, there's some of that, but there's also just a lot of variety in terms of the instruments they're playing. So it'll be interesting.
Well, let's get to it then. What are your standard specials for the Mii musician?
Yes. My standard specials for the Mii musician. And I'll preface this by saying, generally when we go into Smashtopia episodes, I will have written quite a bit more down per move. Like, generally, I'll want it to be prepped and ready to just be put on the wiki. But in this case, I have a few sentences. I might work out some extras because it's like, this is a lot. I'm going to quickly write down my thoughts and just have the baseline primer to talk about. So,
funnily enough, that's what I usually do for normal episodes. Because I don't know if my moves are going to be picked or not, so I don't want to put the effort into typing them all out and be like, oh, well, I wasted all that time and energy typing all that out because it's not being picked. Fuck me. But when it's these, and I know whatever I type is going to make it,
Mhm.
I had the whole thing. I have them all detailed.
Well, okay. There's another way in which we differ on this plane.
Yes, I don't have
That's pretty
confidence in
great.
myself. That's how.
Me either, but in different ways, I suppose. Apparently, when I know that a move is going to make it, I do the opposite of what I should. So that's an issue. I also finished my moveset yesterday. Yeah. Anyway, for you, Banjo and Kazooie, my 3 standard specials are: number 1 is power chord. The Mii musician plays a power chord on the guitar, so that's there are a number of different tunings number of different chords you can play it in, but the action is essentially a big strum down.
Okay, okay, that's what I thought.
Big strum down. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
as a reminder for the viewing audience, I don't know music terms or really much about music in general, so John is going to teach me some things here.
yeah, so yeah, we're another way in which we're the opposite. Like, I went be musician, it's kind of off the wall, but music is a big part of my life generally. So again, they play a power chord on their guitar. This is a chargeable move. It's an AoE move. So uncharged, it's an acoustic guitar. It's unplugged, doesn't do a lot of damage. Like, it's not very loud, despite being power chord. But when it's charged, it'll become an electric guitar. Like a rock and roll guitar that's amped up, loud. You play it, the AoE goes much further. At the full charge, you can potentially shield break. There you go. And then what the kind of stuff that I'll workshop later is like, how many Kirby's or Bowser's across does the AoE move? Because that's kind of been our system of measurement for 15 plus years.
Man, I fell back off using that because it got tiring. It's like, I can just be vague.
Yeah.
It goes
I
a
hear that.
decent
I hear
length.
Yeah.
Half Battlefield.
No one
That's not where I
cares
go
anyway.
for. Yeah, no one cares. I do have a question though, just to make sure I'm understanding things correctly. So they do the power chord. Now, the AoE that you're talking about, you're not talking about a projectile. We're talking about like a sonic AoE centered on the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then it blasts outwards in all directions.
Right. Yeah.
There you go.
Circular.
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Is it electrical
And it can
based? At least for the electric guitar one. It says electric damage.
It is now.
Cool.
The uncharged,
it makes sense, if you think about it.
Yeah, it does. It does. The acoustic one might just be more like wind, blunt force.
Yeah.
There you go. Sweet. There you go. There's another way. Maybe the electric one from far away can stun you. Something like that. The second standard special is called Brass Champ, and I think this will be really indicative of how much these moves align. Do you know the game, the meme game that's been around that popular streamers have been playing called Trombone Champ?
No.
It's this game that has a crazy background lore that we won't get much into, but I think part of it is selling your soul to a demon. Along those lines. And then you have to play trombone to redeem yourself or save the world. Yeah. Wow. That was a reference that I understood and wouldn't figure you would.
I'm from the Midwest.
That's true. That's as true to your culture as crocodile claws.
I'm from the Midwest, and my hometown is like 4,000 people. I can tell you a few things. My graduating class was 90 something.
I didn't know you're that old.
Yeah.
Like 97, 96?
Somewhere in there. I don't remember how many kids we had left after dropouts, but you know.
So you're like you're 50-ish?
What?
Graduated in 96?
No. My graduating class had about 90 kids.
Oh, fuck. Wow. That's a number.
Yeah.
But yes, you play trombone, and there's like a little grid out. Maybe I'll try and find a picture for you so you kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about. But there's a small grid next to the character while you're playing, and you move the controller or the motion controller up and down to hit these notes. So it's that general idea is turned into a move essentially. So you're playing a trombone or a trumpet or something similar to that instrument, and there's a moving pitch board similar to the image I just sent you in front of the Mii, like next to their face. And those music notes are summoned as you move the pitchboard up and down, and the close music notes will come out of the instrument, and they'll grow and move faster and deal more damage the more on pitch the note you're playing is. So you can chain several notes in a row, in quick succession. If you keep hitting those notes correctly, they'll gain status effects like electric or poison. They fly out, they hit foes, gaggle the music. The baseline here is you're playing a trumpet or trombone.
Is that a music joke? Baseline?
Yes. Music notes come out of it. They travel across the stage. That's the baseline. Then the little game you're playing with this move influences the effectiveness of those projectiles.
Okay.
It'll make even more sense when I write it down.
Probably.
Yeah. But lastly, the third and final standard is drum roll. This is a full drum kit. You've probably seen it with like a big bass drum in the middle and some hi-hats, etc., cymbals. So they're sitting down and playing that. They keep beating the standard special input while you're playing the drum kit, and you'll produce a drum roll, and it'll go faster and harder the more you just keep beating that button input. So and while you're playing it, it emits an energy that deals earthquake damage, like Donkey Kong's down special.
Okay.
Bada bing, bada boom. And yeah, you can slam it down, and it might ground opponents, etc. Whatever. There you go.
All right.
At 2.
So, for the Mii Spellcaster, my first standard special is Chaos Sphere, which takes inspiration from Chaos Bolt from D&D. So for Chaos Sphere, the Mii Spellcaster will charge up an orb of arcane energy in front of them, where they send this magical orb flying forwards in a straight line. When this orb hits something, it will burst out with a small explosion of magical energy. Now, what makes this chaos? Because right now that sounds pretty standard, it's a shadow ball. Boring. But what makes this chaos is that the damage type of this move is randomized every time it's used. This makes it difficult to try and boost its effects or mitigate them with customizations like stickers or custom parts or spirits. Can't really make a plan for protection against cold if you don't know if they're using cold or not.
Mm-hmm.
The different types of damage that this attack can cause will include electric, fire, darkness, ice, water, poison, and aura.
Wow, interesting. Very very chaotic.
Yes. Like,
I like it.
mechanically, it's not. But
Mm-hmm.
just the fact that it can do different things for its damage type,
Yeah.
you really can't prepare for it.
It's quite interesting. And in a sense, the player can't prepare for it either. You're like, blam! Nice. I like that.
Be careful using your own explosive items, because you might accidentally blow them up.
Yep.
For my second standard special, this is Toxic Splash. I'm basically taking the concept of poison-based spells, or things like Acid Splash from D&D, and making it into a move set here. So a green bubble will be fired forwards with a that's a should we get reworded a little bit? A green bubble will be fired out. It's going to be filled with a toxic poison as it goes traveling through the air. It'll leave behind it a small puddle of poison. Oh, no. Oh, wow. I'm just getting mixed up where I'm reading. Jesus
Happens.
Christ. A green bubble filled with a toxic poison will be fired out from the Mii Spellcaster's spellbook, which will then travel upwards in an arc before it falls back down with a splash. If the bubble splashes against the stage, it will leave behind a small puddle of poison, which will linger for a few seconds. Fighters who touch this poisonous puddle, or they get hit by the bubble itself, will take a small amount of damage as well as be inflicted by the poison condition, which causes them to take poison damage over time for the next few seconds. So it's like a literal visual bubble, green, flies up, falls down, splash, make a puddle.
Nice. And that's D&D inspired, you said?
Inspired by D&D with Acid Splash, but also just like general poison-based attacks. Like Final Fantasy has the Bio spell. It's more or less Bio.
Yeah. Okay, neat. I like that, and I like how much your moveset has called back to, intentionally or unintentionally, to so many different fantasy games and mediums. It's a cool trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this next one, my final standard special, is also pretty much being pulled straight out of D&D as well. One of the most well-known spells, Magic Missile, which I am renaming to Seeker Shot.
Nice.
The Mii Spellcaster will The Mii Spellcaster will hold out an open palm as an arcane glyph sparks life in front of them. 3 motes of light will manifest in front of this glyph before shooting forwards in a straight line at a very fast speed. If any opposing fighters are near the Mii Spellcaster when they use this move, the motes of light will lock onto those fighters and will fly straight toward them and attempt to damage them. This is very similar to Palutena's standard special that she has, Auto Reticle. These motes of light can pass through semi-soft platforms, but more solid obstacles will stop them. The motes are relatively weak to make up for their homing abilities, so they're not too damaging, but if somebody's just trying to get around you, you can be like, no, you're not getting around me. They won't like directly track and home. It's more like spawn, somebody's here, straight line to you. But if they're straight lining and you move out of the way, they're going to miss. So not quite Magic Missile, because Magic Missile never misses. But I'm taking that concept, merging it with Palutena's Auto Reticle.
Nice. I enjoy these beams of light that come down upon us all. Very cool. Back in our court in the musicians territory.
Yep.
We'll fly through this. The side special, first one is violin dance or fiddle dance. I think I might recall it. But so background here. No, I'll tell you what it is first. The Mii musician. Yes, could be depending on the character you're playing as. The costume. Mii musician plays an intricate fiddle melody, like a bluegrass, that they dance with. So moving forward as notes fly around them in a way similar to Marth's side special. But it's a little zestier. So with each movement you're making, let's say that there's like 5, however many Marth's sword dance has, you're making a different, almost acrobatic movement. There are famous violinists. I think Joshua Bell might have been the person to start this kind of style, but it's been popularized by Lindsey Sterling and other people. That fiddle has become like a stage performance where you're like almost like a cirque thing, where you're moving your body in like a dance or these crazy ways. Yeah. So it's akin to that, like this pop fiddle thing that has emerged in the last 10, 15 years. There you go. And yeah, the music notes are more aesthetic here. They deal a little bit of damage, but it's mostly like the melee, the physical throwing by your body towards somebody. The second side special is Sack Slide. Or Saxo Slide. So maybe it'll be a little less controversial that way. But they slide forward on their knees and let out a saxophone wail.
Okay.
It's kind of like another AoE. and it's bursting from the sacks, forward with music notes that deal damage. And I have down here, it's not chargeable. It's more like a Fox illusion thing with that final blast as you move along. Final one is Symbol Rush. So again, this is a chargeable rush forward with symbols in hand. So like the monkey with the symbols, like the funny monkey on Toy Story 3. You're or the Energizer Bunny, or I think some of the apes in Ape Escape, if I'm not mistaken. They'll move forward with the symbols, charge it up, move faster, doing that old monkey march, and just catch those in the symbols. When you catch them in the symbols, yes, precisely. And when you catch them in the symbols, you literally catch them. Like they're inside of the symbols, and then you can command throw them.
Okay.
And it's chainable, so you move forward, you catch them in the symbols, you throw them, you move forward again with the same move, you can chain it to get back on stage. Yeah, there you go.
Something I want to come with your sack slide. It's just like the image that appeared in my head. Like, okay, so the guy, he slides forward, he's down on his knees. Like, I imagine like they're kind of bending a little bit, playing the sacks. So like the musical notes are shooting up as they are sliding, and that's the damage. Obviously, like you get hit by the slide too, but like the musical notes going up as the slide is happening instead of like a burst at the end. That's what was in my mind. It's like, oh shit, that's interesting.
I like that. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. In fact. Very I like that. Let's say that's it. That's a good idea.
Okay. It's your move. You do what you want.
No, I'm saying that is definitely more interesting. I didn't want it to just be another AoE necessarily.
Okay.
Yep.
So, for my side specials, all three of my previous ones had some basis in D&D, with Toxic Splash also being basically like general poison. These next three are more general.
Nice.
Starting off with Vitality Drain, which is very much put off of a classic spell where it's like, oh yeah, hit, or not even just spells, just like a technique that's in a lot of games. You hit enemy, you sap some of their health. Vitality Drain. So a red ray of energy will fan out from the Mii Spellcaster spellbook, creating like a short cone effect, which can briefly trap enemy fighters in its light if they get hit by it. Fighters who are hit by this light will take damage, with a small portion of it being channeled back into the spellbook and into the Mii Spellcaster's body as it heals them for a quarter of the damage they inflicted. Kind of similar to Robin's Goetia, I don't know how you pronounce that. Robin's down special, where he like will actively trap them and like keep spamming the button. Here it's just like you push it once, cone, they get stuck for a moment, you heal off of them.
Okay, cool, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting take on healing. Yeah.
For our second side special, we have Dispel. Very classic general spell where you're just dispelling a magic effect. Gonna work kind of the same way here. So the Mii Spellcaster will fire out a swirling helix of black and white, which will travel forwards for a short distance. If this energy hits an opponent, it will deal a small amount of damage to them while having a chance, and I'm making me a chance for a reason, a chance to erase any positive status condition or buff that is currently applied to them. Short range chance of this happening, because this could be good, depending on the situation. This could include effects that just simply boost stats, like Shulk's Monado Arts or the Illumina Orb item that I created, as well as status conditions such as characters that are invisible from the cloaking device, or the Gold Fighter effect that you can get from the Golden Plane stage. That's a powerful effect to remove from a character. The odds of it happening aren't very good at low percents, but if a fighter is already at like 100% damage, better odds of it being stripped away. This side special can even be used to negate the invincibility from a superstar. However, the chances of that success are extremely low. If you get that happen, you better put that clip on the internet.
Yeah. Oh my word. This is going to sound funny, but what I like most about it is the idea of a black and white cone.
not a cone.
Like a spell, Okay, like a black and white. What would you say?
It's two beams that spin around in a helix.
Oh, okay, even better, even better. I love Helix. One of the better arms characters, I feel. But yeah, just the way that looks in my head is very, very pleasing.
I wanted each spell to have a distinct look. I don't always necessarily like describe them having a unique look because some of them are a little bit difficult to do that. But I wanted them to have like they all look different.
Yeah,
they're not all gonna look like I fire a fireball. I fire another projectile. Here's another projectile. No, they look different.
It's one of your costumes, Kermit the fucking Frog.
No, because that's not a spellcaster,
cool.
and also I kept my costumes to video game characters only.
Darth Kermit. Okay. Yep.
Otherwise, I would have had Gandalf. But for my third side special, this one might. Actually, you know what? No, this is Banish, which is pulled from the idea of being able to just kick your enemy out of the battlefield. Typically in RPGs, this means you don't get the experience points from fighting them because you just said, nah, get out. And you've banished them to another plane of existence. It's Smash. We can't banish our opponents to another plane of existence. We can't do an instant killing special move. That would be insane. And some people propose those ideas, and it's like, no, stop it.
Naruto
so what I have for
one
Banish is this one's gonna have like some well telegraphed wind up. You're gonna know this is happening. But the Mii Spellcaster will emit a beam of white energy that goes for a short distance in front of them. This beam will inflict a minimal amount of damage, but will deal a significant amount of knockback proportional to the amount of damage the fighter has already taken. So we are going for, I don't want to hurt you, I want to kill you type of move. It's very short range though. This is when your opponent is already at 100% and they just keep recovering back to the stage and you're tired of it. Just like, all right, get the fuck out. Banish. Go fucking flying. Please don't recover.
Band moves. Let's go.
When we talk about band
Interesting.
moves, we are not there yet.
there sounds like a promise of something to come.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we're moving on up to our up specials.
I know that one too.
Yeah, to the east side, big apartment in the sky, etc., etc.
I just know the first part.
That was the other part. Yeah, my first up special is Harp Ascent. That is one of those moves where I'm like, here's a name. It's not the best, but it gets the job done.
Okay.
So the Mii musician will play a beautiful melody on the harp, like a harp is angelic, etc. And as they're playing this melody on the harp, a soft angelic light enwraps them and allows them to gracefully ascend upwards while they're playing the harp. Similar to Pitch Brawl Up Special, but there's not a lot of super armor here. The harp can be broken, and your enemies can stop the move from happening, and then they can throw the pieces of the harp around as projectiles. Which is kind of like my interpretation of, okay, here's how you make up for it being kind of like a free flight move. Okay. The next up special is flute flight, where they hold onto a flute or a recorder and or a clarinet, and they literally, it spins around like a helicopter and plays beautiful notes as they ascend upwards.
This is the problem with up specials. Sometimes you just don't know what the fuck to do, and you just have to be like,
yeah,
right, I guess this.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe there'll be something better. But Yeah, yes. And I honestly I don't know what else we could do.
Yeah.
And especially fitting this idea of oh, we need a breath instrument or a string instrument or what. Yeah, it's a little putting it in boxes like that also didn't help. The percussive
That
me
one's on you.
up special. Yep. Uh I like this one though. Bass bounce, where
Okay.
there is
All
a
right.
yep. Where there is a large, it's not a bass guitar, it's a bass drum. So the big, it's a kick drum. The big drum on a drum kit in the middle of it.
Right.
That's laid on its side at the start of the move, and the Mii musician just leaps on it and bounces up on their side, up into the air, dealing damage with their body as they fly upwards. The drum stays on the stage. Other characters can use it to leap forward. It's the Sonic or the Mega Man, but instead
Pac-Man.
of a spring, instead of a spring, it's a giant drum. I said this pleases me in my mind's eye to think about.
Oh yeah, no, that works.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
So yeah. Yeah, I mean easily.
and it makes a drum sound anytime somebody jumps off of it, of course.
Yeah, it's like boom. Very good. Yeah, that's it.
All right. My up specials are kind of basic. They're generic. Let's just kick it off with teleport. It has to be here. We're tired of teleports, but it's a Mii spellcaster. All right.
Hey,
and I had to do three.
If I were a mage, I would teleport places.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It's the Mii. I don't even need to read this one, but I will. The Mii spellcaster will use a simple teleport spell to warp themselves in any direction, determined by tilting the control stick. If there is no direction input from the spell, it will just default to warping them straight up. It's fast, and there is no damage to nearby fighters.
And it's not their fault Mewtwo did it first.
Yeah.
It's just history. Yep.
My second one isn't that unique either. It's Jetstream. I'm taking the basic wind spell, and instead of making it be used in an offensive way, it's a utility. It's kind of like Robin's special, but instead of hits were like a 2-hit burst, Jetstream is honestly pits of special from a brawl. It's that.
Yeah.
The Mii Spellcaster will wait. No, was it pits or was it brawl or Smash 4? Which one is just going up? And not free flight. Smash. Okay, this is the Smash 4 version. Then.
Nice.
The Mii Spellcaster will cast a wind spell at their feet, which will propel them upwards into the sky for a great distance. The special only includes a single burst of wind, so once the Spellcaster launches themselves up, they cannot readjust their course. The Mii Spellcaster can use their body as a projectile, allowing them to damage other fighters that they run into, and then the wind below them will have a slight wind box to it that can blow fighters back down and away from them. And that wind box is continuing as they are flying up. So there's still going to be like that slight push down even when they're already in the air. But once they've reached the height, that wind's done.
Cool.
And now for my third up special. Up specials are moves used for recovering back to the stage. Well, this move is called Recovery. But it's not for helping you get back to the stage. The Mii Spellcaster will take a few seconds to charge up their magical energies for unleashing a healing spell over themselves. Unlike most up specials, this move does not provide the Mii Spellcaster with recovery in the traditional Smash Bros. Sense, and instead just provides recovery in the form of health points. This spell will recover 10% damage at minimum, but can be charged up to heal up to 30% if the spell is allowed to charge without interruption. Once a special is used, it will go on cooldown for 15 seconds.
Nice. I like it because it's ironic in that it's a recovery move, but not what you think.
Second time I've used that concept, actually. I don't remember who
I can't remember the first. Callie and Marie.
That's not a character from the Smashtopia wiki. If I looked at their name, I would know who it is.
Hulkling.
No, what the fuck?
Okay, interesting. But yeah, I do like it. I guess while you look for it, I'll get into the down specials. Um, Me Musician's first down special, and it's called Mad Piano.
Wait, from Mario 64?
It's a callback.
Oh no.
Doesn't work exactly the same way. The Mii musician slams a grand piano down on their foes, trapping them inside of the piano. You can set it on the stage without somebody in it as well, and then we'll stay there for several seconds, and then trap them if they walk too near to it. But essentially, it's a trap move. You're encasing them within the grand piano, and they have to really fight it to bounce back out. Doesn't deal a whole lot of damage unless they're squished under it, but there you go. Simple enough. It's a keep away move. The piano can also be used in a way to, act like kind of like the tree from Villager, where it's a roadblock as well. I was thinking about having the Mad Piano, literally have it be the Mad Piano, and it's like, something in my mind made me feel like that was going too far. At least
Yeah.
because this, it's a more like an actual function of the instrument in a way. So that's why I kept it that way.
Rhea. Rhea from Fire Emblem is who I have just doing a heal.
There you go. Rhea. Oh, Rhea. Yes, I know that character, unfortunately. Um,
I
that
don't
works
like
for her,
her,
though.
but I had a concept and I was like, ah, shit, I know how to make her work as a fighter. Guess I gotta do it.
Hmm. Would you rather have Rhea from your Smashtopia moveset be playable in Smash, or Violet with this current Smash movement in Smash?
Byleth.
Yeah. I would have Fodlan Fish. The big one, the one that you had to catch at the end of the fishing game. That'd be interesting. Um, my second down special is Tuba Trap. So again, like another kind of move like in this vein. Slam a tuba down and trap your foe in it. Unlike the Mad Piano, though, your foes can move around while they're trapping it, like around the stage. They can only awkward. It's like the Eggplant Wizard. They can awkwardly duck and jump around, but eventually the tuba explodes. You just under the pressure and deals additional damage while also freeing the opponent. And then finally, we have Bongo Barrier. Yeah,
Okay.
you're playing a cool percussive jam on the bongos. And as you continue to play it, you're summoning a barrier that becomes larger and larger and encompasses more of you and the area you're within. The barrier blocks all attacks up to a certain amount of damage. And when you stop playing those bongos, it goes away.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right. So for my down specials, I'm starting things off with Mage's Guard, which is kind of a variety of things. It's like Protect and Shell from Final Fantasy. It's like Mage Armor from D&D. Well, not actually, no, not Mage Armor. It's more like False Life from D&D.
Mhm.
So for Mage's Guard, the Mii Spellcaster will place their hand against their chest if their robes glow with a golden light. The Mii Spellcaster will effectively have an HP shield applied to them, which will protect them from up to 10% damage from incoming attacks for the next 5 seconds. This shield can be broken through early with strong attacks, however, any leftover damage from the attack that breaks through the spell's effect will not bleed over onto the Mii Spellcaster. So if I have 5 HP on my shield and you do a Doria, all my shields will break. I am not going to take the damage for the Doria.
Mhm.
When the effect ends, the Mii spellcaster must wait 10 seconds before they can use it a second time.
Nice.
My second down special is similar. It's called Mage's Retribution. This is sort of a counter-based move. And in D&D terms, this is Armor of Agathis.
Mhm.
So, the Mii Spellcaster will place their hand against their chest as a flaming aura surrounds their attire. Unlike Mage's Guard, this spell will not provide the Mii Spellcaster any protection against attacks. However, any fighter that attacks the Mii Spellcaster in the next 5 seconds will instantly take a portion of the damage that they dealt to the Mii Spellcaster in retaliation. So if you Doria me, you're going to take some of the damage from your own Doria. When this effect ends, similarly, the Mii Spellcaster must wait 10 seconds before they can use it again.
Mhm.
So 2 different defensive measures that you could choose. Both interesting in their own right.
Definitely.
My final down special is different. This is Gravity Well. The Mii Spellcaster will point forwards with their finger as a black orb manifests in front of them for expanding outwards to be about the size of Ridley. While within this orb, everything and everyone, besides the Mii Spellcaster and its allies, will have their gravity greatly increased. While this does mean the fighters will have a harder time jumping away, as their jump height will be greatly reduced, it also means their weight values will be significantly increased, making it much harder for them to be knocked away with knockback. They can still run out of the effect, but they will not be able to jump out of it. Great to put on ledges.
Gravity Falls, you call it?
Gravity Well.
Okay. So Bill Cipher's
No.
not. Interesting. I like that. I always enjoy manipulating the effects of gravity. I wish we did it more often.
Yeah, it's a real rush.
Yeah, it is. I really fall for it. Oh, I already made that joke.
You already made that joke.
Okay. Well, looks like there's just a couple more things we got to go through, and that's our unique extra skill. That's the same across all of these different movesets, and same for the final smash.
Yep.
Okay, let's send this on home with final smash. It's mine for the Mii musician is called Mii Music. Similar to Wii Music. I wonder why. Well, here's why. None other than Sebastian Toot appears alongside the Mii musician. And the two of them jump into the forefront as they both wield batons and lead on an entire Mii orchestra in song. The Mii's in the orchestra file into seats in the background. So you have a background full of Mii musicians. You have the Mii musician you're playing as with Sebastian Toot in the foreground. And then the middle is the action. So you're flanked on both sides here. They file into seats in the background and play an extended symphonic cut of a Wii era song, again, like the Wii Sports theme or Wii Shop Channel theme. And while this is happening, just this chaotic swirl of different musical notes come in and just overtake the stage. And these are like Kirby-sized music notes. Some notes can be used as platforms before popping or exploding. Some hone in on fighters and explode or cut on impact. Others swirl into foes and keep them held in place. And the others just like fling around haphazardly and deal heavy blunt force damage, or just any of the different status effects: poison, aura, shadow, fire, electric. It's all here in this chaotic swirl that just becomes more and more cacophonous as more as more music is played. So yeah, it's quite the final act for dear Sebastian. Once it's over, the Sebastian Toot and the Mii Orchestra all bow as the audience claps, and they peter out while the Mii musician jumps back into battle.
I have a question about its name. And I guess here's a musical terminology question. Is there a word besides like finale that musicians might use to like mean finals, like their last piece, or like was supposed to be like their greatest work or something?
Yes, although I can't think of it at the moment. Like no, not an epilogue wouldn't quite work. There's a conclusion. you can call it an opus or something along those lines, I suppose.
Okay. Here's why I'm asking. When I looked at the names of the Final Smash that the Mii Fighters have currently in Smash, they all had a similar vibe to me. Mii Brawler has Omega Blitz. Mii Gunner is Full
Mhm.
Blast. Mii Sword Fighter is Final Edge. So for the Mii Spellcaster, I decided to title mine Ultimate Incantation. So I was thinking
Nice.
something that might fit a similar vibe for me musician is something
like Finale Concerto, something like that.
yeah, or something like Grand Symphony or something like that. Like,
Hmm.
because I guess this is like a concert feeling. It's like okay, so
Hmm.
like the final performance. I don't want to. I don't want to say Sword Final because the fucking me Sword Fighter stole that for Final Edge. That was they could have done better with that. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's just something I wanted to mention.
Ending encore, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Ultimate Incantation is my final smash. The Mii Spellcaster spellbook will float away from the Mii Spellcaster as its pages flutter with magical symbols flying off of it. Not musical, magical. The Mii Spellcaster will then raise their arms up into the air as they begin to mutter an overly long incantation as magical glyphs are drawn around them in a circle on the ground. 3 circles of glyphs will be drawn along the ground, which will each be expanding out further around the Mii Spellcaster. So, first one is narrow, a little bit wider beyond that. Once the glyphs have all been drawn out, the circle close to the Mii Spellcaster will glow a bright blue as a massive burst of arcane energy fires up from around this Mii Spellcaster like a laser, going straight up into the sky.
Hmm.
This laser will trap
Holy
opponents in
crap.
it as they take multiple hits of magical damage. After a few moments pass, the second set of glyphs will glow green, and they too will fire lasers into the sky, dealing more damage. A few
Hmm.
moments later, the third circle glyphs will glow a bright red as a final, larger laser fires up into the sky. Effectively, this is just an upwards laser attack that increases in size as wider lasers follow after the initial one. Eventually, the Mii Spellcaster will run out of mana and the laser will die down, but not before one final burst of magical energy pulses through them to knock away all the fighters that were trapped within. And I went with something like this because all the Mii fighters currently existing, they all kind of follow one of the main archetypes of Final Smashes. Mii Brawler with Omega Blitz, it's Triforce Slash. Mii
Yeah.
Gunner with Full Blast, it's a horizontal laser. Mii Sword
Hmm.
Fighter with Final Edge, it's like Mario Finale. Or Wii Fit trainers, Wii Fit. I forgot that's what they call it. Just called it Wii Fit. So I was like,
Hmm.
okay, they kind of have the same few things here. I don't want to do a cinematic. What about an upwards laser? I could
Yeah,
do that.
that's pretty interesting. Calling on the glyphs. It's another cool archetype for fantasy magic stuff.
Yep.
Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Um, yeah, I mean you've referenced, and again I've been keeping a bit of a running list because after I said that earlier in the episode, I was like, okay, I'm interested in seeing like how many callbacks are there, intentional or otherwise, and I'm like, there are things you can draw back to Harry Potter, to Fire Emblem, WarioWare, Dungeons and Dragons, Pokemon, Final Fantasy, Magic the Gathering, just all of that, and so it's been great seeing that and having this traditional spellcaster showing one how many different pieces of media, different series, not even all video games, have these through lines that connect them in the fantasy genre. It's also interesting because people have such a pigeonholed idea of fantasy in their mind. This is a great example of how you can expand what you already know into new types of spells. So it's been interesting to see. And at number 3, it shows that we really don't have a true traditional spellcaster in Smash yet.
We really don't. The closest we have is Robin, and then Zelda is
Mm-hmm.
the next best after that. I guess you
Mm-hmm.
could kind of argue Palutena. And Robin, he is a spellcaster, but he's also using his sword for all of his normals and stuff. Which I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't expect him to throw fireballs for his normal attacks, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but even then, we just haven't gone the full
like even
uh
like even then, he's just
yeah.
an elemental guy. Which
Right.
fair, that's how Fire Emblem's magic is. It's pretty much elemental based. But
Mm-hmm. But we don't have this is like the difference between Robin and Black Mage or Vivi or whoever. Like if you threw that in there or some sort of wizard character, it would be markedly different.
yeah,
Um. Okay. Yeah. Throw in Athos. Just kidding. Um. Extra
Athos
skill.
from, was it Binding Blade?
Yeah, that guy. Fire Emblem's own Gandalf.
Is he?
Far less interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, he's there. He has a big staff.
Hmm.
This is more like I guess he's more like a blue wizard. Only because his robes are blue. I don't
Does it mean good and
um
badly?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a okay, extra skill. Wrapping up the moveset here. My Mii musician's extra skill. Oh, other skills. Are there any other skills on your end? For me, no.
No, because the other Mii Fighters don't have them.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, my extra skill is retune. Instruments are generally in tune when you play them. If they're not, you would be advised to retune them. And musicians will also often play in different guitar tunings or violin tunings or whatever on stage. So that would require you to change each of the notes. There are, I'm forgetting, the knobs at the top of a guitar. You can turn them and create different ways to play. So that's what's happening here. The Mii musician retunes their instrument. They'll just pull out a general instrument, that's in their moveset cabal at the time. Let's say a guitar to keep it simple. They pull out their guitar, and if it's to preface, as you continue using moves that use a guitar, the guitar will fall continually more out of tune. So you use this move to deliberately retune the guitar, bring it back into better tuning that sounds on pitch, that sounds correct. So in-tune instruments deal more damage than instruments that are out of tune. When you retune, this also gives you a slight all-around boost to your move over to your instruments overall for a short time. Just like, oh, I'm more confident now. I'm playing an in-tune instrument. You can retune every 30 seconds is what I say here right now. So there you go.
All right. My extra skill, I have here Refreshing Spirit. This
Yeah.
pulls from Final Fantasy. It's Isuna. From D&D, it's Greater Restoration. So, the Mii Spellcaster will place their hand against their chest as they channel a healing energy throughout their body. This extra skill will allow the Mii Spellcaster to remove one negative status effect or debuff from them in an instant. This includes effects such as being covered in the Inkling's ink, being shrunk by a poison mushroom, damage over time effects such as the flower status, or even just general stat debuffs like the Mii Spellcaster's defensive stats were lowered. This, however,
Yeah.
cannot be used to negate effects that entirely immobilize Mii Spellcaster, such as being stunned, frozen, or put to sleep. You're not awake or you're frozen, so you can't exactly put a hand to your chest,
Mm-hmm.
However, this extra skill does have a limit to it. It'll only use it 3 times per stock. It lets you heal a debuff, which could turn things around.
Nice. Now, very good. It's a clap for ourselves. Very good. We did it. We did it, everybody.
A lot faster than I thought it was going to be. Holy shit.
Me too. I guess the deliberation of it all is really what sets some episodes over the end.
I mean, it is, but even with the extra special moves, I thought this was going to add a lot more time compared to,
Mhm.
when we did Polar Bear and the Trapper. But I
Yeah.
guess I think part of it is I forced us to get started right away, 5 minutes in, and we've had minimal fluff this episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a special gift to the listener for getting through roster redux.
We're sorry.
Well, at least I am.
I
I'm
love
sorry to
most of it.
myself. But it was fun. It was fun. Yeah, stay in tune for that. I mean, that'll be wrapping up our season. We'll have this and Tournament of Champions, and then the final roster redux.
Yeah.
Which will be fun. October 26th is when the season wraps up.
But
we got home stages and alternate costumes.
We do. So, much like how our existing Mii Fighters in Smash have costumes that make them look like different characters, you can make the Sword Fighter look like Dunban from Xenoblade Chronicles.
Hell yeah.
You can make the Gunner look like... I'm trying to find a good Gunner one on the list.
Hey, there's Dunban over there.
yeah, I thought of that. What's one that's a Gunner? Doomslayer. That's one of the Gunners that exists. And for Brawlers, there's Heihachi. So we gathered a list of 10 for each of our Miis. I don't know what Jonno did, but I know for mine, I stole 4 of them that are existing costumes away from the Sword Fighter and Brawler, because fuck you, they shouldn't be on you, they should be a Spellcaster. But then I had the other ones that are new. But Jonno, what costumes do you have for your Mii musician? I'm betting Sebastian Toots will be one of them, and I'm also gonna put in a guess of Malin.
Marin.
No, I was thinking Malin, but if Marin makes more sense. Oh wait, no, Marin is the one in Marin does make sense. Yeah, yeah, Marin makes more sense than Malin. I was thinking Malin, but Marin makes more sense.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I didn't have a Sebastian 2 one, only because he appears in the final Smash.
Fair, but also what the fuck?
I mean, I'll think on it. It would be funny.
If Robin can summon Crumb, beat up Crumb.
I mean, I'm mad about that, but yeah, this would make more sense than that. I mean, but okay, so yeah, I've transferred a couple existing costumes over too. I have KK Slider as a Mii musician. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, he's a Gunner. What the fuck?
That's pretty great. That's pretty great. I do have Marin. Let's get that out of the way. She plays a harp. There you go.
Yeah.
I have Mona from WarioWare.
Okay.
In her pop star outfit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Toadofsky from Super Mario RPG.
Okay. All right. I'm with it.
Yeah. Barbara the Bat.
Yep, makes sense.
Yep. One of the members of the Runaway Five from Earthbound. I have the band that plays.
Yeah.
I have a Mii Jigglypuff costume for the Mii.
I feel like
for
it's just
fans,
a headpiece and not a body piece.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No. Oh, we'll find a way.
Okay.
I have Dandelion from The Witcher. Let me remember. Lucio from Overwatch.
Okay.
Being like a DJ and whatnot. And also Iori from King of Fighters as a guitarist.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I found it out today when looking at the musician gaming characters.
You need Lord Raptor from Darkstalkers.
Oh my god, yeah. That would be pretty great. That would be pretty great.
The Rockstar Zombie.
Yeah. You do Rillaboom as well.
You could. Instead of Jigglypuff.
And I had several other ideas, but not all of them are going to make the list. Like Zora, Goron, and Deku Link, they all play musical instruments.
Sure.
Do something like that.
I mean, they could all be there just for the sake of not making the Smashtopia pages stupidly long. We're kind of limiting ourselves because I could similarly just be like, here's 100 different wizards in video games. You all get costume.
Dumbledore.
All the Fire Emblem mages.
Cormac.
Which makes me think I don't have her on my list, but I could have done Melia. Melia would have worked well.
Yeah, but who do you have?
Well, first off, the ones that are existing that I'm stealing from other Mii Fighters, Ashley from WarioWare, Veridi from Kid Icarus, Skull Kid from Legend of Zelda, and Shantae from Shantae. Within my 6 new ones are Micaiah from Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn.
Nice.
Jessica Albert from Dragon Quest VIII.
Cool.
Tessa from Red Earth.
Nice.
Rita Mordio from Tales of Vesperia. Golbez from Final Fantasy IV. Yeah, nice. Get that armored mage action going on.
Yeah.
And Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with him. I mean, Shang Tsung.
He's not a good guy. He's a villain.
Oh, yeah, I know him. Yep, interesting. Okay, cool. Nice. If you could have one, just for the sake of it, one fourth party Mii costume here for the mage, who would it be?
Gandalf.
That's the only answer.
If you asked me a few years ago, I would have said Dumbledore, but fuck J.K. Rowling.
Gandalf is great.
Yeah,
but between the two, I mean,
I've been joining a bit of a rewatch for the Lord of the Rings Extended. Somebody either hadn't seen them or hadn't seen them in a while, so we've been slowly going through them.
Nice. Okay.
Last thing, home stages. Before we get into them, something I want to mention with home stages is typically, you would think a home stage would be associated to the character's franchise and where they're from. So Mario has a Mario home stage. Link has a Zelda home stage. These things make sense. What the fuck do you do with Mii Fighters, though? They're from Smash. Like, their actual canon series associated in Smash is Smash Original. So what the fuck do you do? I don't know what Jonno did. But something that I have written down on the wiki currently, I don't have the other Mii Fighters up on the wiki yet. I was waiting until we did this episode. But, like, I put up the Find Me stage. It's like, you know what? Find Me could have the Mii Brawler be this home character. I put up the Woohoo Island stage. It's like, Mii Sword Fighter can have that be their home stage because it has the little swordplay Coliseum part of it. I don't have something for Mii Gunner yet. I don't know what the fuck their home stage is going to be. I don't know. So
Nintendo Land. Was the Metroid part.
That makes sense. And I did make a Nintendo Land stage fucking forever ago. And I don't think I gave it a character. If I did, it was Monita. Okay, I just checked. I did not. Although I have considered making a Monita moveset. Be like, all right, what kind of curse shit can I do here? I've thought about it. But again, like, I don't. That's kind of. So I was thinking about those lines for mine. But what home stage did you come up with for yours? And if you don't say a certain game, I'll be disappointed.
Really?
Yes.
I'm curious what game that is.
There's an obvious choice.
I agree, and that's why I have Wii Music as my home stage.
Thank you.
Okay. I thought you were like, Jonno doesn't fucking do Donkey Konga.
No, it's obviously Wii Music. And I don't know if it will like be called Wii Music. I don't know what it looked like. I think like the main plot is called like Bubble Square or something along that. I don't remember. It's been a while since I looked it up. But yeah, no, obviously that needs to be it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have an idea in mind. Yeah, in the concert hall and turn it into a whole symphony thing. Hooray!
Hooray!
Oh, poor Wii Music.
Poor,
What a horrible game. What
poor
a horrible title.
that E3 presentation. Oof.
I loved it because they were like playing it and the game was not showing up as responsive. It was like Elon Musk and the bat to the Cybertruck window.
I like to think that is why Nintendo started to do direct. It's like, yeah, no, fuck these on-stage performances. They're bad.
Mm-hmm. But at least we have Sebastian 2 in the final Smash. That's probably the best thing Wii Music ever gave us.
Well, we also have the Sebastian 2 assist trophy that I made and trolled you with a few years ago.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm glad. He's there. He exists in our hearts.
Yep. So for the Mii Spellcaster then, for their home stage, honestly, if I hadn't already given that to Mii Brawler, I would have considered it. But I decided to go with Miitopia. That kind of made sense to me. Mii Mage is one of the character classes there. It's one of the starting 6 that you can choose from. I don't know exactly what the stage would be. I don't know if it'll be called Miitopia, or I'll just call it out for like Greenhorn, which is the first major region of the game, or if I'll go with like the Dark Lord's Tower. But for now, it's kind of just written as Miitopia, and I'll figure it out later.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Greenhorn it is.
Probably not, but it'll be something.
I like that. I like having
it
a
might
callback.
be a traveling stage as you like go through the area. I don't know.
Yeah. The Spellcaster is made their debut in Miitopia, so it makes sense.
Well, the image that we're using for the Mii Spellcaster Mii Musician came from the Switch version of Miitopia. Because what the fuck else were we going to use? There's nothing else that really worked.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because Popstar. Oh my god! What if I do Mii Popstar after this, just for the fun of it?
As an assist trophy? Because the Mii Mage
Maybe.
has an assist trophy. We have 3 Miitopia assist trophies on the wiki. It's Mii Mage, Mii Flower, and I think Mii Scientist is the third one.
Interesting. And you have Twerky as an enemy.
I do. I think I made the Dark
Wow, that was
Spirit.
Mm-hmm. What I will say is that was an oddly smooth and fast episode, given what it was. Nice. Congratulations.
You know what this means now, though? It means I now have no excuse to not put the other 3 Mii Fighters on the wiki.
Wow, good. It's always good to keep busy. Made some more work for yourself.
Yeah.
Well, that's the final Smashtopia of the season. We wrapped it up pretty well. This was a weird Smashtopia year.
Yep.
We did Psycho Mantis, Mock Rider, Pico, Captain Syrup. Where are we here? Oh, the Spirits Bash, Ravio, Shovel Knight, Louis, and now this.
I wouldn't call all of those weird though. I think Captain Syrup is a respectable choice.
Captain Syrup, Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight, yeah, definitely. Ravio, well, it's hard to really say what's a respectable choice from Legend of Zelda when they won't give us anybody that's not Link, Zelda, or Ganon. But
I would respect anything. Give us Fiora and Falby from Twilight Princess.
Oh, I wouldn't respect anything. If they give me Uku, I will flip shit.
Oh my god. Oh man.
That's why you gotta be careful with the word anything, man. The word anything, it's you don't do the word anything.
Aku Jr.
No.
Yeto and Yeta.
No.
Yeah, but yeah. So towards the latter half of the season, I think we got a bit more normal in the overall. But yeah, Psycho Mantis, Pico, and Mock Rider. Kind of a more interesting way to start the year than most.
I think
in a
Mock
word.
Rider Mock Rider is fine. It's a discussed retro character choice.
So maybe it's not the individual choices. It's kind of like just the overall vibe is a little more offbeat.
Yeah. There's no.
But not compared to Poochie or.
Well. I mean,
But I enjoy
it. A lot of ours, like Orbulon.
Oh yeah, the toilet paper guy.
Yeah.
I loved doing like Psycho Mantis this year though. That was
Oh
one of
yeah.
my favorites. Hmm.
I wonder what weird character that should totally be dismissed by the majority of people who will be starting up next season with.
Probably Golbez.
Sure, go ahead, say Golbez.
Are we
You know,
supposed to say who it is?
no, but I know who it
Okay.
is.
Well, so do I. I'm looking at it right now on our planning sheet.
Yeah.
Uh, oh
Uh,
boy. There's so many things that I could do to you, but you are so far. Ah, yeah.
Anyways, that's an episode. Next time it's Tournament of Champions 5. We've got another guest on. We're going to be going through all the characters that have won a Smash episode over the season, including the battle between the Guardian Druid and the Destruction Warlock from our World of Warcraft episode. They'll all be going to tournament bracket. Only one will come out a winner and get to join the illustrious ranks of Midna, Phoenix Wright, Dante, and Sly Cooper. Who will it be?
Yeah.
We'll find out. I don't know. And then after that, Roster Redux will get its finale, and then we roll right into season 6. There ain't no breaks on this train. God, I wish.
Some days I do too. But here we go.
Here we go.
A famous character once said that.
Barrett Wallace?
Yeah.
No, because he said there ain't no getting off this train we're on.
Oh. Mickey Mouse.
I highly doubt it.
Well, I guess that's it.
Yep. That's it. Goodbye.
Good day.
See you
Good
next
day.
time. Go watch
Good day,
something
sir.
else.